Be kind to yourself. There's plenty of people out there that are going to beat you up, so be kind to yourself. Hi, I'm Amelia, and this is Reinventing You, the channel where you can watch me go on a reinventioning journey and hopefully be inspired to try one of your own. I post twice a week on Tuesdays and Sundays, and if you would, make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video, and when you've done that, if you give me a thumbs up so I know that you did watch all the way to the end. Stop beating yourself up. Oh my goodness, there's so many things out there in the world that are just going to tear you down. So be kind to yourself, please. I know that I'm really bad about it, and I need to have that reminder that I need to be kind to myself. So I'm telling you that now. You need to be kind to yourself. When I was researching this, I went and I looked and I read some articles, but I found two things on YouTube that I found very helpful on being kind to yourself. One was by a YouTuber named Jody Jealous, and she has written a book, and I think she gave about 5 or 6 reasons in her book for being kind to yourself. But the two that she shared on her video were, number one, if something bad happens, instead of beating yourself up about it, say, what lesson can I learn from this experience? What can I take away from this? Whether it's, I'm never going to do that again, or, you know, if I'd done it this way, I think I would have handled the situation better. The other thing she suggests is to give yourself a pat on the back. When things go right, say, hey, you did a great job. Give yourself a high five. Give yourself a thumbs up. You know, be your own cheerleader, in other words. Because a lot of times people out there are all they're going to do is criticize, and you need to, when you do something well, then you need to give yourself a pat on the back. One of my favorite YouTubers is Julia Christina. She's a certified counselor, and she gives some advice about being kind to yourself and stop beating yourself up. And she says the first thing is you have to remember the golden rule. Do you remember the golden rule? Treat others how you want to be treated, basically. If you had a friend who came to you with the same situation that's going on in your life, how would you treat that friend? Would you criticize them? Would you tear them down some more? Would you make them feel really bad? No, you're going to sit them down. You're going to try to raise them up. You're going to give them some time to listen and some time to be compassionate. You're going to give them a hug. You're going to try your best to bring them out of the doldrums or the depression or whatever is going on, the anger maybe, and try to get them back on an even keel. So treat yourself like you treat your friends. And the other part is you have to have self-compassion. I think we've kind of gotten away from compassion in the world. We are trying to spend more time tearing each other down and gossiping and carrying on when we really need to have compassion. And if you can start with yourself and have compassion for yourself, that is a way to begin. When she says have compassion for yourself, she means there's 3 parts of having self-compassion. And the first part is, as said before, treat yourself as a friend. How would a friend treat you? If they were in that situation, what would they do? So remember, treat yourself as you treat your friends. And the second thing is have mindfulness. Live in the moment. Be present. A lot of people who meditate or do yoga or even karate understand this. You have to be right where you are. You can't be thinking about what happened, you know, an hour ago, last week, last month, yesterday. You've got to be right there and just treat yourself as you are this very moment. Just live in the moment. The third thing that she says is remember we all have a common humanity. That is, everybody's dealing with their own crap. And this, a great example for me for that is when I'm driving. I get really frustrated with other drivers, and then I just have to sit there and think, okay, they're all dealing with their own crap. They're running late, they had an argument with their kids, or they're having a life issue, a crisis that they're dealing with. So everybody's got their own crap. You have your own crap. Other people have your own crap. So have some compassion for yourself. And if you have compassion for yourself, you're going to have compassion for other people as well. Now, one of the things that I have been doing recently is learning a lot about myself. And with my husband's encouragement, I learned about the Enneagram. Now, an Enneagram is an ancient way of understanding your personality. It divides the world's population into 9 different personality types. Most people who take the test or read the book or understand will pretty much know who they are, and it's pretty accurate. So I read the book and I kind of took the test or asked the questions and tried to figure out who I was, and I figured out my personality. I said, I don't like this person. So I had to really read it over, and I read it to my husband. I was like, oh, this is really me. He said, well, it's about 98% you. So I was like, okay. I had to look at it again with new eyes. One of the things that I realized is, number one, I am a number one. I'm a perfectionist, and even though that's kind of a negative thing, one of the bad things about being a perfectionist is you do tend to beat yourself up. I have to have compassion for myself. I have to understand, okay, I know I'm going to try to be a perfectionist about this. I know I'm going to beat myself up about this. When I have that understanding, then I'm able to be more compassionate about myself and basically stop. Okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. I need to stop. But once you understand a lot about yourself, I think that can lead to a lot of compassion for yourself. Can you be kind to yourself? Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, but that's what I recommend. There's so many people out there, the world's just going to beat you down. If you aren't compassionate and kind to yourself, who's going to be kind to yourself? That's my challenge for you. Be kind to yourself. Thank you for watching the whole video, and if you've gotten to this point, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, this is a great time to do that. My name is Amelia. I appreciate you. Have a great one.